Hi, this is Tina.
And Mary.
And this is Barf.
Yay!
Yay!
So we're really not sure how this episode's going to go because we're talking about the X-Files!
Yay! And so, a little background here, not in the X-Files, you know what that is, but on me and my memory of the X-Files, and essentially in college, so like several years ago, I watched all of the X-Files in like a month. Like,
all nine
seasons in a very, very, very short time.
Yeah.
I did little but watch the X-Files.
Yeah.
As a result, though, I remember very little of the X-Files. It is all jumbled into one giant blob in my head of Mulder and Scully investigating weird things and having a lot of unresolved and, I guess, sort of resolved sexual tension.
They better explain some shit in this series.
But X-Files is starting again.
Yay! And actually, what's funny is Tina and I are usually the exact opposite when we read books, because I read books super fast. Like, I can read a giant book in a day, and I'll remember it for about a week, be able to talk about it, and then I forget everything that happened. Tina takes longer to read it, and so because of that, she processes it better. And she'll bring stuff up and be like, oh, remember in this book? And I'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about. This is the complete opposite. So Tina watched the X-Files super fast. She watched my DVDs, by the way. And, but I grew up watching this. And so because of it, like, I used to know every episode by title. Like, I could tell you the title just by watching some of it. I could tell you the plot. Like, it was obsessed. So.
Yeah. And I was obsessed for a very short and
I mean, you enjoyed it a lot.
Time. I loved it. I watched it, I spent a disgusting amount of my time. Like, I don't think I did anything but watch the X-Files. Like, I went to class and then watched the X-Files.
Yeah, it's like you started
I
and
do
got
things.
hooked.
I didn't, hang out with people, and I just sat in my room and watched it. It was amazing.
And it worked because we lived together, so I just go in and watch what she was watching, because clearly I love it. But
I did start rewatching the first season. I obviously will not get through all.
You're not going to do it again?
Yeah, no. However, I'm going to try to watch some. I started watching just for fun to get more into the mood.
The spirit.
And so I'm just going through, and I'll get through as much as I can, or I might start going through like the best of.
And I'm super proud of my mom, because she's actually going through the whole series right now. She'd only ever watched a couple episodes, just ones I liked a lot, and she was just like, can I borrow your DVD set and just start going? And so my mom's watching.
Yay!
Super proud of her.
But yeah, so we're going to talk about some that stood out. I'm pretty much only going to remember anything from the ones that I've watched in the first episode, or first season, not first episode. I'm only going to remember the first episode.
First episode is great, though. The pilot is well worth watching.
They're so young.
I know, they're
like
babies. Oh, my God.
They're still older.
Gillian Anderson. She's like 24 in that, because she lied about her age and was way younger than they cast for her.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, so they're babies.
Oh, yeah. And it's. Like, sometimes you get, like, the first episode of something, and it's kind of shaky, and you have to wait for it to get better. The pilot is amazing. Like, they knew what they were going for. They knew who these characters were. Yeah. It's so good.
They have the cigarette smoking man from the beginning.
He's already in there.
And I didn't remember that Skinner wasn't there from the beginning. And I love Skinner, so I'm excited for him to show up eventually when he does, I don't remember. But yeah, I really liked the pilot.
Yeah.
When we were looking at the best of episodes, I kept seeing Squeeze as a best
I don't really
episode.
care for Squeeze. It's kind of.
I thought it was okay. Like, it wasn't. It didn't really do much for me. I was like, yeah, it's okay.
Eugene Toombs, It's the way he squeezes through stuff. It's,
meh.
It's kind of funny because it does show up constantly.
Yeah, and I guess, and one of the reasons I think they were saying was like it was the first like Monster of the Week episode.
Yeah, and it was.
So,
I mean,
that makes credit. So in light of that, I understood more.
Yeah.
And at least it wasn't space, which was atrocious.
That one routinely shows up on the number one worst X-Files episode, and that is, I agree with that completely. Space is the most boring episode I've ever seen in my life. It was terrible. And it's about NASA. Like, why is it so boring?
I don't know, and I didn't remember it, and I was like, this episode is atrocious. And what's crazy about it is it comes after Ice. It's the one right after Ice.
Of my favorites of all time.
An amazing episode. It was so really good. I really liked it.
Yeah, that's the one, if you don't remember, where, gentlemen, we are in the Arctic, and Mulder makes dick jokes, and they have to go up and investigate this group of Arctic, like, ice researchers who wind up killing each other.
Yeah.
And the atmosphere is amazing. It's the first time you really see Mulder and Scully and that trust, that becomes so pivotal to the entire series, like the relationship and stuff. Ice is where everything really hones in, and it's just this great thing. The supporting cast is amazing.
Really good, for a one-off episode. And like you said, just their, like, relationship, because they have to trust one another. Even though there's, like, this vibe, like, or whatever, the alien parasite, whatever it is, that's like, infecting people and making people, like, crazy and angry. And it's, like, they have to trust each other, and yet, sort of, they don't, because someone
it could be anybody,
and
you don't have control over it once it's in you. So it's, you know, they have to, it's just such a great episode.
It was a good episode. And like you said, the supporting cast really helped, because they did just a really good job.
Yeah, they knocked it out.
So I really enjoyed that.
It was such a good episode.
And that's where all of my memories from any of the episodes have...
No, it doesn't. She remembers some of the other ones.
Has failed, and so Mary's going to just talk the rest of this time.
Yeah, it's just going to be me. So I kind of went through, and like I said, I remembered a lot of titles, and then some of them I couldn't, because they're all in weird languages.
Failure!
I know. But for some pretty common ones to show up on lists, Humbug is one of them. That's the one that takes place at the with the freak show.
Okay.
Remember, there's the guy who has the detachable twins going around?
Oh, okay.
The guy's
nailing
that, and she eats a cricket.
Okay.
That's a really good episode. Humbug's an excellent one. Clyde Bruckman's Final Repose is the one where we learn that Mulder's going to die from autoerotic asphyxiation. Because Clyde Bruckman... It's the guy who was the father in Everybody Loves Raymond.
Okay.
Was that the show? I forget what his name is now. He was in Young Frankenstein. He passed away.
Okay.
And he plays Clyde Bruckman, and the thing is, he can tell how people are going to die. And so he tells Mulder, you're going to die from autoerotic asphyxiation. And Mulder's like, what?
I think I remember that.
But the thing is, and the important thing of this episode, which if you're going to watch, mute for 3 seconds, ready, set, mute, is that Clyde says that he doesn't see how Scully's going to die.
Oh.
And so we don't know what that means. So that one's really good. Home...
Oh, God.
Home was the only X-Files episode ever banned. They put that one
up. It should be banned.
It was banned.
It's creepy.
They finally just put it on, like, several years later. It was so...
Wait, it was banned where?
In America. They never re-showed it. Like, they aired it the first time, people protested the shit out of it, and then when they would do reruns, that one never entered circulation until, I think, like, 5... Halloweens later,
creepy
finally...
army. If you don't remember, that's the creepy incestuous family from like North Carolina or whatever.
No, they're in the Andy Griffith town.
I don't know what that means.
Andy Griffith. Like
I know who Andy Griffith is.
Yeah.
I mean, what town is that?
Mayberry.
Oh.
It's Anywhere, USA, where you've got this house full of crazy inbreds.
My family gave my dad Andy Griffith. Is that the little skinny guy?
No, that's Barney Fife.
Barney Fife. He's on Andy Griffith, though, right?
Yeah.
They give him a Barney Fife ornament for Christmas, and he talks. This year.
Great.
It's really cute. He's a little guy. He's really skinny.
But it's a really disturbing episode because it involves like looking at a fetus in a bathroom, and it's really
and the family's just creepy. Aren't they under the bed at some point? It's really creepy.
She is because she has no legs.
Yes, fucking creepy.
Like when we say inbred, we mean mutated inbred. It's gross, but it is a really good episode.
It's really fucking creepy. That's what I remember because I'm so creeped out.
Yeah. On the flip side, the other one, and Gillian Anderson has said this one is her favorite episode of all time, is Bad Blood.
That was really fun with the fat kid.
It's fun. Yeah, the pizza delivery kid.
I can call him a fat kid because I'm a fat kid.
Oh my god. And he's a pizza delivery kid, and they show up, and basically Mulder and Scully are called into Skinner's office because this fat kid is dead, and they have to relay their story as to what happened, and each of them has their own story, and it's hilarious the way they describe each other. Like in Mulder's story.
Because it's completely accurate.
It's completely accurate. It's hilarious, and Luke Wilson is in it as the possibly bucktooth sergeant or whatever his name, sheriff. It's so funny, and you will never look at intestines without wanting pizza after this. That sounds like an empty threat, but you got no idea. So that one, I would say that is
you turned into a guy by that. You got no idea.
Yeah, no idea.
All right.
I'm now Luke Wilson. But that is 100% if you've, watched that episode. It's amazing. It's not mythology based, so you can just turn it on and watch it. It's great. But we did have a couple others that we thought were really good that Tina occasionally remembers. Triangle's a good one.
Because they kiss.
They do!
Yay!
So most of the series is spent waiting for Mulder and Scully to make out. And then they fuck us over.
They gave us that episode, and it's not
8.
real.
Yeah. And they're
That's
just like...
not in season 8.
When they have the
Triangle?
baby? No. Because with the baby is when they're just like...
They have a baby? That sounds vaguely familiar.
It's okay. Gillian Anderson and David Duchovny didn't remember either. They did like a retrospective like 2 years ago, and the guy who was the moderator was like telling them about the final episodes, and they're like, "What happens next? I don't remember any of this." Like they had no idea what was happening.
Well, I feel better now. They acted and they don't remember.
Yeah, they didn't remember shit.
But we skipped over Triangle. They made out.
They do make out.
Yay.
And it's so exciting because you've been waiting for it for so long.
But it's fake because it's like a fake like.
It is. Mulder basically is in the Bermuda Triangle and gets sent back to Nazis, and Scully is there as like a singer or something. I forget what she is.
Yeah, not really Scully.
And then she punches him in the face though.
Yeah,
which is perfect.
It's normally I hate episodes like in TV shows, like episodes like that, like the fake like filler episodes, like we're going back in time or like another universe or whatever, like dumb shit that they put in just because they don't know how else to have 24
this clever?
episodes.
Yeah.
Because in America we have to have 1 million episodes. We can't do like they do in England
and
have,
actually
like, 10
pare
or
it down
11 or
to
12.
yeah.
But yeah,
which will be the new miniseries. So that's exciting, at least there.
Yay! But I was just really excited that they kissed for the first time. I think everybody was.
I remember screaming.
Yeah.
Like with complete joy. I was so excited when I watched that because that was one of them I watched in real time.
Yeah.
The Triangle was amazing. Actually, my first X-Files episode ever was called, did I not write it down after all that? Elegy. It was called Elegy. And I remember it because, like, I remember my cousins watching it when I was younger, and Elegy was, there it is, in 97, season 4. And it opens with a girl working at a bowling alley, and one of the lanes keeps resetting itself. And she goes and crawls under to look, and there's a dead man sitting in there. That scared the shit out of me. I did not watch it for a whole year. Then a friend kind of had me watch it with her, who was staying in her house, and I started again. But then, oh my god, that was the scariest thing I'd ever seen in my life. And they continuously have, like, X-Files has genuinely scary episodes. Where they're disturbing, or they're frightening, or, you know. Another one, which my friend Samantha and I watched, was called Milagro. It's the one where there was a writer living next door to Mulder, and he was in love with Scully. And it was just like, as he would write it, it would come true. And it was just, he winds up like taking out his own heart or something. It's a really creepy episode.
I vaguely remember that. Very, very vaguely.
Yeah, and that one was just kind of creepy. And I think one of my favorite ones, and I'm going to pronounce this wrong, is Die Hand die Verletzt, which is Mulder and Scully go to a small town and investigate what seem to be like satanic rituals. And it's this group of parents who, like, need to do sacrifices to this god, and it all hinges on this substitute teacher that shows up. And she has a snake, which she sends to, like, eat the disloyal. And at one point, like, toads fall from the sky, and she's super creepy, and her eyes are up. It's so scary. It's really good. So that's one of my favorites ever. But, you know, there's a whole bunch that are still fun. The Rain King is a really funny episode. How the Ghost Stole Christmas is the best Christmas episode. It's got Ed Asner and Lily Tomlin in it, who's my mother's twin. I could go on and on and on. I really could. Even the final 2 seasons, which are terrible, like, I like a couple from there. I don't hate Dog It. I really like Agent Reyes.
I didn't hate them, but I just, as,
the
like,
episode, it should have ended.
And
it really
especially,
should've.
like, since I watched them all in a row, like, it just felt really disappointing to watch the show, like, fall apart.
Yeah. As you were, like,
I
if you were
kind of
watching
had
it in
wished
real
that
time,
I'd stop, like, kind of in season 6, maybe season 7. Like, I felt like even season 7 had started getting bad. But, and then, like, even the finale was just kind of like...
The finale is weird.
Yeah, it just, like, was meh. It didn't really do much for me. They tried to wrap everything up. Like, at least they tried.
They did try.
It, like,
with Mulder's trial, they tried.
Yeah.
And it was just sort of...
But it was, like, just... It was too much, and it was, like, too much that
Yeah.
Mulder was even back because he'd been gone. It was just, like, meh.
Yeah.
It just felt like they tried to put too much in, like, one episode.
It was one of those things where it was, like, because if you were watching it in real time... You know, because you were just so, like, give me something, because this show is like, and like, okay, give me Mulder, and then it's just, but, like, yeah, I went back and watched the finale, because I couldn't remember it.
Yeah.
And I went back and watched them, just like, this is fundamentally disappointing. And it's like, they set up Reyes to be really awesome, and she kind of just didn't quite get to do. I think she's coming back, though, so I'm really excited about that, because she had so much potential.
Yeah. Well, and then there was a new movie, which, and by new, I mean from 2008.
Yeah, The first movie from 1998 was amazing. Like, it is such a good, it's awesome. Like, it was everything you want in a TV show movie.
Yeah.
Because it's perfect. It's like this huge extended episode, and it was so amazing. And then when the second movie came out, post-series finale...
Yeah, and it's not awful.
It's
if
really
it
not.
wasn't, like... a comeback film for a TV show.
If
that
we
had,
hadn't been waited years for that, it probably wouldn't have been so bad.
Yeah,
but it was just
but just as it was, it would have been fine if it was like a one-off episode.
It really would have been, because it's not awful.
As a monster of the week, that's, I think, not even real monster. I don't even remember.
No,
but like
really.
It's just, it would have been fine as just like an episode. Yeah. But as we've waited years for this and like to get more and or closure or anything, it didn't do any of that. It didn't really deliver. So it wasn't awful, but it just didn't really do much to, like, further the franchise.
Yeah. The one thing I did like about that movie was that in the series, up until about season, I want to say 6 or so, they had the same girl playing Samantha Mulder, Mulder's sister. But then she got too old. And so they had to switch to a different actress for, like, the completely unfulfilling answer to Mulder's sister's story arc. That was one of the worst things they ever did, was the way they ended that. But, in that 2008 movie, one of the field agents who you see walking down the hallway, who turns and looks at Mulder and Scully when they walk in for the first time, that's actually the actress who originally played Samantha Mulder. Learn words! Dictionary!
It's educational. Don't do your homework.
Mulder's hair and Scully's hair. Oh my god, I love their
love.
And their love.
Which was nice.
Yeah. So...
I'm sorry to end that on a bad note, but we are very, very excited for the new...
Yeah, it's going to be great. I think
series.
As I said, it is going to be kind of like a little bit of a story, a little bit of the mythology, a little bit of Monster of the Week, and the Monsters of the Weeks have always been my favorites. I love those.
Yeah. As you've noticed, almost all of the ones we've liked have been Monster of the Week.
Yeah, pretty much.
None of them have been really mythology, except for maybe the pilot.
Yeah. That's about it. Everything else, and again, I could go on forever. I mean, I could name individual episodes for like Eve was the one that taught me the word exsanguinate. I mean, it's like, there's so much stuff in this series that
you can learn words.
Learn words! Dictionary!
It's educational. Don't do your homework.
Mulder's hair and Scully's hair. Oh my god, I love their
love.
And their love. A fucking New Year's episode. Yeah. All this stuff. But anyway. Yeah. Feel our emotional roller coaster. Yes. Just come on it with us. But no, it's totally worth it. And if you're not sure about watching every single episode, jump around. The lists are usually pretty reliable for which ones are good and which ones whatever.
Yeah, minus... Well, just...
Yeah. The mythology stuff is its own.
Yeah.
So if you really like mythology, there's lists for that too. There's lists for everything, like guides to the X-Files. I mean, it's been around long enough. People are, obsessed and professionals at this, as opposed to me, where I'm just like, I like this one and this one and this one and this one, and you get a car and you get a car.
But if you want random ones that are enjoyable, you can listen to us and go watch them all. And there's enough time to watch ones that we mentioned before the new series starts.
Go for it.
I don't know if it'll have preview, but whatever.
Oh, and also, since we should probably do this because we were really down on his book. As much as we dislike David Duchovny's book, his 2 X-Files episodes are really good. It's The Unnatural and Hollywood AD, and both of them are a lot of fun. So, those are worth watching, too.
Yeah.
He wrote really good
episodes. We love you.
Yeah, we do, David Duchovny. I even like your CD.
And we'll try your second book.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Have a second book?
April.
We'll try your second book.
Try your second book. All right.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, let's for listening. We'll watch X-Files.
Bye. Bye.